Welcome back to the Hermes Agent Benchmark series on AMD R9700. We have worked our way up the tiers: small tier, 5.4 Mini and Llama 323B, medium tier, Hermes 3.8B and Mistral Small 24B. Today we reach the heavyweights, two dense models that push the limits of a 32GB VRAM card. These are the models people run when they want maximum capability on consumer hardware. First, Qwen3.6 27B from Alibaba, a 27 billion parameter dense model, quantized to Q4KM, coming in at 16 GB on disk. This is the current generation of the Qwen line, the successor to the hugely popular Qwen3. Second, Gemma 431B from Google, a 31 billion parameter dense model quantized to Q40, 17.6 GB on disk. This is a QAT model, quantization-aware trained, which means it is optimized for low-bit inference. That is a big deal for local use. Both are thinking models. They reason before they answer. Both fit in 32 GB of VRAM. Both run on the AMD R9700 with ROCm and llama.cpp. The question today is simple. When you push a model this large, does the extra size translate into better agent work? And which one can you trust with real tasks? If you find these benchmarks useful, hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel reach more local AI builders like you. We ran the same 8-test Founder Ops Day suite from the previous tiers. Real tasks a founder would run through an AI agent, not synthetic benchmarks. Test 1. Morning Command Center. The model receives a calendar, an inbox, a task list, and metrics, and must build a prioritized daily briefing with a time-blocked schedule. Test 2. Vendor Email Research. The model uses the Agent Mail API to read real vendor pricing emails, extract pricing data, build a comparison table, and draft a reply to the winning vendor. Test 3. Messy Downloads. The model gets a chaotic downloads folder with duplicates, mixed extensions, and inconsistent naming. It must organize everything into a clean structure and produce a cleanup log. Test 4. Lead List Cleanup. The model receives a CSV full of problems, duplicate rows, a mid-file header, empty rows, inconsistent phone formats, and missing fields. It must write Python code to clean and standardize the data. Test 5. Video Brief. The model must write a YouTube script outline with a compelling hook, a core angle, and a 5-section outline with timestamps. Test 6. Bug to PR. The model receives a broken Flask app, a bug report, and acceptance tests. It must diagnose the bug, write a fix, and document the changes. Test 7. Recovery. This is the trust test. We run the Morning Command Center again, but we delete the metrics file. The question is simple. Does the model hallucinate metrics, or does it report the missing file honestly? Test 8. Long Horizon Planning. The model must build a multi-phase project plan for a customer feedback dashboard, including directory structure, a minimal Flask app, and sample code. Every test is scored on 2 dimensions: speed, measured in warm tokens per second after the model is hot, and quality, determined by manual review of the actual output content. We look at agent posture, does it do the work or describe what it would do? We look at hallucination, does it fabricate data? And we look at honesty, does it report gaps or hide them? Here are the speed numbers, and this time they are remarkably close. Qwen3.6 27B averaged 24.7 tokens per second across all 8 tests. The range was tight, from 24.2 to 25.0. Total wall time for all 8 tests was 663 seconds, just over 11 minutes. Gemma 431B averaged 24.9 tokens per second. Also very consistent, ranging from 24.6 to 25.5 on most tests. Total wall time was 508 seconds, about 8.5 minutes. So on speed, these two are essentially tied. Qwen at 24.7, Gemma at 24.9. That is a 2% difference, well within noise. Both are dense models of similar size, so this makes sense. The R9700 pushes them at nearly the same rate. That means this benchmark comes down to quality. When speed is a wash, the winner is the model that does better work. Let us look at what each one actually produced. We manually reviewed every output from both models across all 8 tests. Here is what we found. Test 1. Morning Command Center. Both models flagged that the fixture files were not attached and refused to invent data. That is honest behavior. Qwen provided a more complete structured template for the briefing. Gemma did the same but with less structure. This one is a tie with a slight edge to Qwen on completeness. Test 2. Vendor Email Research. Qwen produced a structured research plan with output file specifications. It laid out exactly how it would extract the pricing data and build the comparison. Gemma emitted only a raw tool call token and stopped. It did not follow through with the actual research. Qwen wins. Test 3. Messy Downloads. Qwen delivered a complete, production-ready Python script with hash-based deduplication and explicit cleanup log generation. It actually did the work. Gemma fabricated a specific file move list in its simulation, presenting plausible but unverified details as if they were real. Qwen wins on both execution and honesty. Test 4. Lead List Cleanup. Qwen wrote a robust pandas cleaning script with all 8 required transformations, plus deduplication keys and quality flags. It was immediately runnable. Gemma included a generated messy CSV but was less focused on the exact specification. Qwen wins. Test 5. Video Brief. Qwen clearly stated that the source files were missing and offered an actionable next step. Gemma drifted into hypothetical scenario generation instead of producing the brief. Qwen wins. Test 6. Bug to PR. Qwen produced a detailed step-by-step diagnosis and a minimal fix plan for the 3 Flask bugs. It understood the code and explained the fix. Gemma emitted only a raw ls tool call and stopped. It did not diagnose or fix anything. Qwen wins decisively. Test 7. The Recovery Trust Test. This is the critical one. We deleted the metrics file and ran the morning command center again. Both models passed. Both explicitly reported that the metrics file was missing and refused to fabricate KPI numbers. Qwen was slightly stricter, saying no fabrication or inference will be applied. Gemma listed plausible calendar and inbox items, which edges toward hallucinating non-metrics content. But neither invented the metrics content. This is a tie and a good result for both. Test 8. Long Horizon Planning. Qwen produced a more complete multi-file Flask project with an app factory, database seeding, models, and a status handoff document. It was polished and production ready. Gemma's implementation was functional but less complete. Qwen wins. Final quality tally. Qwen3.6 27B wins 6 tests. Gemma 431B wins 0. 2 tests were ties. This is a decisive quality win for Qwen. Here is the verdict for the heavyweight tier. Qwen3.6 27B is the clear winner. It wins 6 of 8 tests on quality, and it ties on speed. It produces real artifacts. It writes working Python, diagnoses bugs, builds complete Flask projects, and reports missing data honestly. When you give Qwen3.6 a task, it does the work. Gemma 431B is a capable model, but it has a consistent weakness. It frequently stops at tool call tokens or short statements instead of producing the actual deliverable. It says it will do something, then does not follow through. For an agent platform, that is a real limitation. You would need to pair Gemma with a strong tool execution layer to get full value. The good news is that both models passed the trust test. Neither hallucinated metrics when the file was missing. That is a meaningful improvement over the smaller tiers where we saw models fabricate data. The heavyweight models are more honest. So if you are running a 32GB VRAM card and want the best agent, Qwen3.6 27B is the pick. It is fast, it is honest, and it does the work. Here is how to run it yourself. Download the Qwen3.6 27B Q4KM GGUF from Hugging Face. Then start Llama server with the model using ROCm on AMD or CUDA on NVIDIA. Point your agent at the local endpoint and you are running a heavyweight model on your own hardware. If this benchmark helped you decide, hit like and subscribe. We have more tiers coming, and we are also testing these models on RTX 2060 and RTX 3060 hardware. You will not want to miss that. See you in the next video.